Hello everyone, Ron here from L.T.L Tutoring Central. If you're looking for tips and strategies to make your studying easier and better, you are in the right place. Before I proceed, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and the like button if you like this video. Also, if you have questions or comments, please put them below if you're watching on YouTube, or you could send me an email. I will put a link below to the website as well. This video is going to address two questions that I've received recently. How can I study for 4 hours straight with proper concentration? And should I sleep or do my homework? Now, these questions are closely related, so I decided to handle them at the same time. First of all, I would never recommend doing 4 hours straight study if you mean exactly what that says. What you should do is set aside some time for short breaks, probably at least one snack, maybe a couple of snacks in there. And by snack, I don't mean a full feast. I mean just little snacks, because you need to nourish your body and your brain as you work. And 4 hours is quite a long stretch to go without some kind of break. Your brain functions best if you do full concentration for a shorter period of time and then have a break and then do another period of time. So I would suggest either splitting up that 4 hour period, giving yourself a few 5-minute breaks at least. If possible, maybe make it 4.5 hours and have a half-hour nap in there as well, because sleep is another important part of our body function and brain function. The brain is part of the body. I keep saying that, but we tend to forget it. We tend to think that our brain and our thoughts and our mind are separate from the body, and frankly they are not. As for the question about should I sleep or do my homework, it's not an either-or question. Sleep is necessary in order for your brain to function correctly. So without it, there wouldn't be much sense in doing your homework. You won't remember any of it anyway. So I realize that the question is more serious than that, but truthfully, you need sleep and you need to do your homework. It's not a question of one or the other. And there may be times when you think, well, I can't do both. There's not enough time to do both. Well, then there's a time management issue, and you need to resolve that. If you're really in a pinch, you're still going to have to get some kind of a nap or some sleep in there and then focus on your homework. You will accomplish more, and this goes for both questions, you will accomplish more in a shorter period of time if you're well nourished and well rested, and if you've shut everything else off, no texting, no dinging or buzzing, or no telephones ringing, no TV, no music, shut everything off, focus and concentrate. Then you won't need 4 hours, I bet, to do the exact same amount. In fact, you will probably get more done in 2 hours than you would have in 4 hours if you're falling asleep, if you're not able to concentrate, if you're hungry. You won't accomplish nearly as much. Many businesses and corporations have discovered this and even provide rooms for their employees to have a short nap or at least some downtime, because they've measured and their productivity increases even though they're working shorter periods of time, sometimes much shorter periods of time, and yet their productivity improves and increases at the same time. So both quantity and quality improves if they're well rested. So both of these questions are sort of in the same realm. Do you need your sleep? Yes. Do you need to study? Yes. But there is a balance there, and you need to determine what that balance is. I would say 4 hours straight is not a good idea at any time. Now, mind you, if you really love the course and you're really interested in it, sometimes that 4 hours can go by in a flash. It can just disappear because you're having fun while you're learning. If that's the case, then you might be fine. But I'm assuming that this question was not asked about a course that this student is having a lot of fun with, and the time is swimming by quickly. So for most students, I think 4 hours is a very long time to be completely focused and studying. I think you need a few breaks in there. The other thing is, when you're sleeping, your body, which is your brain, is still doing things. It's healing, and your brain is still making connections. As you're sleeping, there's quite a lot of evidence that the brain continues to make those synaptic connections and discover new pathways that it probably would not have that opportunity while you're still working or focusing or studying in the conscious state. So I think it's a very worthwhile activity, even though a lot of people think sleep is a waste of time. Sleep is not a waste of time. It heals you. It helps you to recover and be refreshed for a new study period or whatever else you're doing. And there's some fairly good evidence that you build new pathways while you're sleeping that wouldn't have happened or won't happen if you stayed awake and got more and more exhausted there. Anyway, and you might have had this experience where you go to bed and you're trying to think about something and you cannot come up with the answer, and then you either wake up in the night with the answer, bing, or you get up in the morning and you think, oh, that was not so hard. Why was I struggling yesterday with that? It happened the day before. I think that is in part that your brain is still working, and now you're refreshed, so now you're able to make those connections, or you're able to think of new ideas much more easily. It could be both of those things going on at the same time. So there you have it. Make sure you get your sleep. Make sure you do study and do your homework, but do it in a reasonable way. Make a plan. Make a plan. Time management is very, very important for school. It's very important for work. It's very important for your life. So if you can be a better time manager, you'll find enough time for all of these activities. And remember that the study time can be abbreviated if you're well rested. So it's not an either or question most of the time. All right, it's Ron from L.T.L Tutoring Central. Don't forget to like the video if you do, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy your learning this week. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.